Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today I'm going to show you a tomato-based chicken cacciatore. This recipe comes from the Campania area of Italy. Think about it, cacciatore means hunter. So people go out into the woods, they bag an animal of some sort, a deer or a bird or something, bring it home, and on their way they would forage for mushrooms. So this recipe includes mushrooms. I'm starting with chicken, and I'm going to put it skin side down in a pan. You want to dry your chicken off before you put it in, otherwise it will sing to you and splash you. Just a little olive oil at the bottom of the pan. And now the chicken goes in. I am using skin on chicken with bones in. You can use chicken without the bones or skin, but there's a depth of flavor that the bones and skin lend to this. So I don't recommend doing that, but it's your kitchen, you do what you like. I'm just going to salt and pepper this. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes. It's going to get golden brown, the skin will be golden brown, and that's when I'm going to take it out. This is about 3 pounds of chicken, 1.5 kilograms. Here I have mushrooms, 3/4 of a pound of mushrooms, which is 350 grams. And I wanted to point out that some of these are cut into wedges and some are cut into slices. And the reason for that is this is a rustic dish, so things can be just chopped up, roughly chopped is the terminology. This is 1 medium onion, about 1 cup of onion, and I did the same here. This is 793 grams, 28 ounces of plum tomatoes that are peeled and whole. This is 4 medium cloves of garlic, rough chop, very rustic. I have 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper, and this is something that if you don't like it, you don't have to put it in at all. If you like a lot of it, you just add more. Very easy. This is 4 tablespoons of pancetta. You can also use bacon. Bacon is fabulous in this dish. I've done it. And then for the herbage, I have 2 bay leaves that will go in. I have just a little bit of parsley. This is going to be about 2 tablespoons. And same with rosemary. Rosemary is delicious in this dish. Some chicken broth. You don't have to use this at all. You can use water if you like, but I had some. And I'm also going to put in, again, just because I have it, this is a dry red wine. The bottle was opened from another meal a couple of days ago. So this is going in because this is a hearty dish. It'll take a red wine, and you may want to drink something like a Chianti, a Sangiovese grape. With this dish, it's fantastic. Also, in the back burner, you'll see there's a pot back there. I have potatoes boiling. I'm going to make whipped potatoes. This dish with whipped potatoes underneath it is incredible. I have a video for whipped potatoes. I'll post that for you. And I think these are ready to turn, so let's get started on this. Yes, these are a nice brown. I'm just going to take these out of the pan and just get going with the rest of the dish. I've only browned one side because the rest of this, the bottom, can poach in the liquid later on as we build this stew. Okay, at this point, there's, you want about 3 or 4 tablespoons of fat in here. I'm going to add the bay leaf to that, the onions, the mushrooms, and just let these all cook together for about another 3 minutes. Well, I've done a few things while you were gone, and I just wanted you to see the bottom of this pan. You see there's a little bit of juice in there, and that's exactly what you want. There go the garlic cloves and the bacon or pancetta, whichever you're using. I'm going to bump the heat up a little bit, and what I do is I push things out to the side, and sort of zone cook, if you will, especially when I'm using a big pan. This one is only a 10-inch, but if I had a 12-inch or something larger than that, I would push things up against the wall and keep them warm and cooking, keep them in the conversation, if you will. But what I really want to target right now is this pancetta. And just let this get brown along with the garlic. As the garlic, if it gets too dark, you just push it off to the side. And that's how I zone cook. Now, I also changed up the recipe in that once I chopped the parsley, it just didn't look like enough. This is 3 tablespoons now of chopped parsley, so I did add to it. I'm only going to put half in right now. I want that flavor in the base, and this will finish up at the end. And rosemary is a hard herb. It's like a pine needle, so it can take a lot of cooking. I'm putting the rosemary in now as well. Now to finish up this dish, look at this. We have the pancetta's been in there. It's been about 3 minutes. And now look at the bottom of that. It's nice and brown. We're going to throw in that red pepper and the tomatoes. You just scrape the bottom. It will clean your pan, and all of that fond, that brown stuff is called fond, all of that gets all of the tasty bits that are in there into your stew, and it becomes a really delicious thing. Now with these tomatoes, as you can see, they're whole. You can do a couple of things. You don't want to keep them whole. You can take your spoon or spatula and just kind of chop them like that. Some people like to pick them up and tear them, or you can cut them. Whatever you're comfortable with is fine. But I am going to chop those a bit. And now you can see we have some schmutz at the bottom of this can. So I'm going to take a little bit of this leftover wine and use that in here. I have that chicken stock I wanted to get rid of too, so that goes in. And all the tomatoes and the juice and everything from this can that I paid for is now in this stock. So you bring this up to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and now is when you add your chicken back in. Now, this chicken has the skin on. If we put the chicken in here, your chicken skin is kind of flabby. If you want a crisp skin, here's what you can do. You just get a fry pan. I like using cast iron for this. You can remove the chicken skin from the chicken, put it in a fry pan. I take a piece of foil and then just weight it down. It will come out flat and crisp. Put this on a low heat on your stove top. It comes out flat and crisp and crispy, beautiful chicken skin. Keep this at a simmer, and in about 30 minutes, we'll be ready to roll. Otherwise, if you wanted to keep the skin crisp and keep it in your stew, you can just put this whole thing in your oven at about 350. This is ready now. It's been going for, I'm going to say 45 to an hour. I really haven't kept track. I'm just going to finish it with the rest of the parsley. And I wanted to show you the chicken skin. This is the chicken skin that I made into chips, if you will. And that's how crispy it is. I don't know if you can hear it. Really delicious stuff. Here's how I serve this. It's funny, I work with a chef who says that if KFC sold chicken skin, he would buy buckets from KFC, but as it stands, he doesn't bother with them. He's a funny guy. So, I clean my plate off here, but this is the stew. It's so delicious. Of course, adjust the seasoning, salt, pepper to your liking. Oh, love that. And then what I do is I take these little crispy bits and just put them over top. Crispy skin. So this is a chicken cacciatore decomposed because we did the skin separate from this. This is a Michelin star plate right here. I have to taste it. I have to go in and get a little mushroom there. I got a little bit of the skin too. And the potatoes. This is really good. I hope you try it. I appreciate your watching, and I hope you tune in again. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.